Hey guys, this is Batman Arkham Knight. It's a game made by a company named Rocksteady Studios. Uh, they made this game and released it in summer of 2015. It's nearly 6 years ago, and they're releasing a new game called Kill the Justice League, or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and that's releasing in 2022. They've shown that there's 4 different characters you can play as in that game, and that is very different compared to this game where you only play as Batman. Throughout the story mode and then challenge mode you can play as any other characters, but they pretty much have the same controls. So it's essentially just different versions of Batman, whereas the Suicide Squad game is going to have very different characters. This video is just going to be talking in depth about the differences between those two games, how Batman Arkham Knight is actually a really terrible game, and how Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League could also have the potential to be a terrible game. We're going to start off by talking about the Batmobile, so I'm going to go ahead and fly down and jump into the Batmobile. This is the very first Batman game that released with the capability of driving the Batmobile around the city. So I'm going to go ahead and call the Batmobile in, and we'll see a little bit about that. As you can see, it's pretty fun to drive around. It's pretty fun to complete missions with. The drawback to the Batmobile is in fact the fact that it has a battle mode, so you have to battle other drone tanks, and there are many battles in the game where you have to use battle mode on the Batmobile. And it just takes away from some of the fun of being Batman, and it kind of it's just not fun in general. It's fun to drive it, like I just did, but it's not fun to be in the battle mode version of it. Thankfully, the Suicide Squad game is not showing any evidence of having a sort of vehicle that you have to drive around and play in, but instead it'll be the 4 main characters. Something else about the Batman game, Arkham Knight, that I do not like is the fact that the side missions are just terrible. Many of them are either a one-shot little mission that you play and it'll be over and done with as soon as you're done playing that little encounter. Other times it is a single encounter copied and pasted 3 times, sometimes in certain cases 12 times, and you have to play the same encounter over and over and over again in a different location. That is not fun. And then, of course, the final encounter is when you finally defeat whatever it is that you are battling with. Anyways, it's not fun to do that over and over and over and over and over again in different locations. It's not fun. It's not engaging. It's not, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to do the next version of this same exact fight. It's not entertaining. It's not something that I look forward to doing. This kind of side mission design is not good. And I just have a feeling that Rocksteady has not learned their lesson, and they're going to continue doing that sort of side mission. However, the game itself is fun. The beating up bad guys, the stealth, the driving around the Batmobile, that's fun. It's entertaining. I like that. And the story mode of the game is also great. The city is great. The characters are great. So I have high hopes for Rocksteady's new game, but I am anticipating it with bated breath. The game could easily turn out to be a complete disaster. The fact that there's 4 characters and possibly multiplayer just makes me think that there will be a microtransaction aspect that they're playing on, that they're going to incorporate into the game, where you're forced to grind out levels to be able to be competitive with other players that might join your game, or that there'll be cosmetics you have to pay for, and all the cool stuff will be locked behind paywalls or pre-orders or anything like that. That it just makes me think that we're going the Marvel Avengers route, where the whole game is just one big cosmetic fiasco. So I have my own concerns, but the game could still end up being really great. So let's take out these thugs. There we go. That was cool. Alright, well there you have it. There are my thoughts on Batman Arkham Knight, as well as Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, both developed by Rocksteady Studios.